Thank you so much for the introduction, Carl, and I'm excited to be part of the event today. So let's go ahead and have a look at what is happening in e-commerce and food delivery now during the COVID-19 age. Before we deep dive into the content, let me just give you a quick introduction about Innova Market Insights so that you also understand what it is exactly that we do and also where all the insights are coming from that you will see in the presentation. So Innova Market Insights is the world leader in food ideas and answers. We've been tracking new innovations and trends for over 25 years already, and we operate the world's biggest food database. And of course, manufacturers, ingredient suppliers, the whole food and beverage industry can use these data points to make strategic decisions for their company. Besides that, Innova has a true holistic view on the food and beverage industry, looking also at consumer insights, market sizing, and we have in-country researchers helping to identify trends and new opportunities in the market. So let's have a look at the topic of today, and you will see indeed some consumer statistics and also trends that we've spotted in e-commerce and food delivery, especially now during COVID-19. So COVID-19, it really triggered the e-commerce. I think we can all relate to that. We are all consumers, but I definitely increased my home food delivery over the past year and a half during COVID-19, because of course restaurants were closed. Also supermarkets, it might be a bit dangerous to go there. So you can just order everything online nowadays. So there are so many new platforms that make that possible. And also, if we see that in one of our consumer studies that we did, 1 in 3 consumers globally say that they have increased their home food delivery use since COVID-19 outbreak. So again, that really shows that consumers are more into this type of channel. Also, you see here on the left side of the slide, the different countries. So for example, Indonesia, 40% of consumers have increased their home food delivery. China, 34, India, 41 as well. So it's definitely a channel that is, that we have to watch for. And it can also grow a lot of opportunities. Because of course, behavior towards online channels and has changed and is very likely to stick after the pandemic, because consumers are now used to using those type of platforms to order food online or groceries online. And when they get used to that, of course, there's a strong possibility that that will stick after the pandemic is over. So what do you really need to know about this COVID-19 e-commerce boom? Well, we're going to have a closer look at that. So the industry is very much responding as consumers are looking for, embracing fresh food e-shopping. So 1 in 5 consumers from France, UK, the US, Germany, they say they do not expect to return to regular grocery habits after the pandemic is over. So again, that indicates that consumers are very likely to stick with their new habits of ordering food online. In one of the leading news articles, publishing agencies here, Packaging Insights, they also say that Europe is embracing fresh food e-shopping despite food waste, and also packaging might be an issue there. But 44% of respondents agree that they tend to buy a lower volume of fresh fruits and vegetables, meat and dairy online than they do in store, because they might be a bit afraid of, okay, those fresh products, I don't have any control over how it actually comes to my house. So maybe, it's not cooled well, maybe my dairy will go bad. So consumers are a little bit scared about this. But on the other side, 30% of consumers say they buy more of these products online. So they prefer maybe to buy more products at once. So there's definitely different type of consumers when it comes to e-shopping. Well, what it really comes down to is that the industry is very much responding to this e-commerce trend. Here on the right side, there's a few examples of packaging companies and launching new packaging innovations, like the Be Cool box. It keeps food chilled below 7 degrees for up to 24 hours without using any cooling truck. And as well, the boxes are made entirely from recycled material. So this Be Cool box from packaging company Mondi, they really put this packaging solution on the market with this thermal isolation and developed to cater to the needs of the expanding online shopping markets. Also, other companies like DS Smith and Temperpack partnered on Climacell. So again, also a box that can really keep temperature sensitive goods like meal kits or products from restaurants, groceries, but even also medical products at a stable temperature. So again, already there's so much happening in the industry when it comes to the response to the e-shopping boom. Well, here again, some more innovations from other companies like the Visi e-commerce terminal home delivery range. So again, really focusing on keeping your meal kits, premium grocery items, which, of course, you want to make sure that they stay good and they keep them on ambient, cool, chilled, or frozen temperature. Keeping products fresh inside the container is another type of sub-channel of the market. So there's, again, new innovations from packaging companies that tap into this market from a hospitality restaurant point of view. So here on the left side, for example, there's this new pack, Safel pack. It's now piloting its patented packaging technology with restaurants and also delivery apps and major food distributors as the knock-on effects of COVID-19 lockdown really continues to drive home delivery across the world. So it's like this little packet as you see here on the picture, and it really is meant to zap moisture from produce to prevent wilting, and it's also there to use temperature to trap those moistures away from food. So just an addition of this small little pack inside a food container like this can already help keeping products fresh. Also here on the right side, Sim Fresh Pack. So again, really focused on keeping products fresh inside the container. And this new technology, it's actually a D2P ethylene absorber technology. So developed to reduce spoilage of fresh fruit and vegetables. Because still that is we are seeing from, for example, the United Nations, they say, okay, approximately 1/3 of all food produced in the world is lost or wasted. So companies like this trying to make sure that products stay fresh in a container can really help to solve this world problem. Right, so we talked about keeping products fresh, but in general, product protection is really the key concern for consumers when shopping online. You also see that here on the left side, another statistic from our packaging survey that we did a few months ago. So we asked consumers across the globe, when shopping online, what packaging aspects are most important to you? And 51% of consumers said, well, the number one aspect that is important is product protection, followed by recyclability and reusability of packaging. And yeah, product protection is of course so important for fresh foods, but also for finer products. And again, of course, the industry is responding to this with, as we see here, Berry M&H, they launched their PET spirit bottles as a response to the ever-growing popularity of gins and also the rise in online drink sales. And yeah, using this packaging that is a really nice display if you open the packaging, but also it really protects the different bottles of gin. Also here on the right side, Flexi Hex bottle box. So it's this honeycomb sleeves that protects wine bottles for shipments. Okay, so on one hand, we want our products to be protected and be delivered to our houses in the right way. But also it's about that ease of opening packaging and really the unboxing experience. I think that's also really a trend for the last 1, 2, 3 years. On YouTube, you see so many products like being unboxed, and it's a whole experience on itself. And definitely for fine food, high quality food, luxury gourmet type of items, this unboxing experience, it can really make or break your products. So here we see some examples in the market. So packaging for wine bottles like this. So it really rolls open and it also protects the wine bottle very well. A protected gift here in the middle. So it's a really nice opening, and it can also be a personalized message inside. And here on the right side, a full product display and ease of opening. So the consumer can just really get it out of the carton box, and then the wine bottles are nicely displayed like this. So again, it's about protection, but also about the experience of unboxing. Yeah, with increased food delivery demand, there's also the need for convenient solutions, like we see here. So half of consumers globally in their survey say that convenient packaging, so that it's easy to use or to open or to reseal, influences their purchase decision. We also see in retail products really the rise of reclosable pouch packaging. So the product stands in a nice way, nicely displayed, but also can be resealed, which definitely taps into the convenient packaging space. Also, Smurfit Kappa, they offer an easily transportable packaging, as you also see here. So you can really grab the tray or box, and in that way, it also really stands out the product on the shelves. Okay, so I wanted to also zoom in some other trends that we are seeing, and more on the packaging e-commerce side. And one of them is all focused on hygiene, because of course, also due to the COVID-19 pandemic, consumers are so concerned about hygiene and making sure that you don't touch anything that might have COVID-19 on it or catching the virus. So this also spurred innovations in touch-free packaging and antimicrobial packaging innovations. And also again in our survey, 3 in 5 consumers, they indicate that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the protective function of product packaging has become more important. So again, consumers are really looking for products that are again have this protective function and are hygienic. So innovations here on the left side, Snapped, it's a one-hand soap dispensing innovation, as we see here. I believe I've also seen it in for sauces, so that you can just squeeze it like that, all very touch-free and hygienic. And also here on the right side, DS Smith and TouchGuard developed a coronavirus-resistant antimicrobial packaging range for global launch. So yeah, all these packaging companies and innovators, they are tapping into this development in the market. Another thing that we see, and earlier in the presentation, the top 3 aspects that influence consumers' decision related to packaging, one being protecting the product, but also reusability and recyclability of packaging is very important to consumers. Because due to COVID-19 and e-commerce coming up, it actually means that there's more packaging being used to pack the products, to ship it, to keep it protected, etc. So consumers do really care for this sustainable aspect, and it gets a greater spotlight for consumers, and therefore, of course, also for manufacturers, like we see here on the right side. Some reusable solutions like Real Water, they've launched an innovative reusable bottle cap that also filters out microplastics from bottled water. Also, I've seen some more innovations that are made from sugarcane and are also carbon neutral. And things like this. So when products are being delivered, that bags can be reused, and even this company, they are explicitly saying that front of the bag in really big letters to reuse that bag. Yeah, some other movement that we are seeing is from Loop. It's also a recycling type of system, and they now move into phase 2, and it's really impacting the food and beverage industry from all kinds of different angles and channels. So, for example, Carrefour and Tesco and Loop, they have joined forces to offer consumers a zero waste experience, utilizing reusable and returnable packaging in their retail stores. So it's really that retailer integration to make a circular loop. Also, food service companies are tapping into this. McDonald's is, for example, testing a new reusable cup model for hot beverages, also in partnership with TerraCycle's Loop. So it means that you can return the cup to participating McDonald's restaurants, and there it will be safely washed and then go into the Loop system and will be reused. Burger King is doing something similar, also trialing a new reusable packaging model. So it's very interesting to see for these fast food chains and other type of retailers, manufacturers, that they are really trying to find new ways to reuse their packaging, and nothing goes to waste. All right, so another movement within this trend is that there's a lot of focus on fighting plastic pollution. And many products and retailers, manufacturers are now claiming, being carbon neutral or wanting to reach that goal, or having less CO2 emission, etc. And consumers are very much looking for this as well. As we see here on the left side, consumers agreeing with this statement. Product traceability and transparency are important aspects of packaging information. So transparency and telling that story to consumers, educating them on if they're doing something good and back for the world is so important as a key aspect in packaging information. Also here on the right side, a nice example of that is paper offers better energy efficiency. So the whole paper fiber-based packaging is another movement. But these two companies, they find paper-based packaging more eco-friendly than reusable tableware in quick service restaurants. A PP-based multi-use system uses 2.7 times more CO2 emission than paper-based single-use system. So yeah, there's really so much to deep dive into when it comes to this movement, because yeah, from plastic and reusing, and also looking at paper-based solutions that can be a single-use type of system. Yeah, it's very interesting what the industry is putting out there on the market, and also more research are being done to what is the best solution for fighting pollution. So we're already reaching the end of the presentation. So yeah, talking about sustainability, first of all, here on the right side, we ask consumers, like, how aware are you of issues associated to carbon emissions? How much do you actually care? And are you willing to pay a bit extra for products or companies that are devoted to solving associated issues with carbon emissions? And actually that last one, around half of consumers are saying that, yeah, I'm willing to pay a little bit extra for products that are really devoted to solving issues like carbon emission. And there's actually very innovative innovations, like we see here on the left side. These bottles, wine bottles, are made of 100% post-consumer recycled PET in the UK. And actually these bottles, they fit into your mailbox because they are flat. And also it means that it's a lot more spatial efficiency than the round glass bottles that we are familiar with, of course. And that means that the company can reduce carbon emissions and minimum 60% reduction in costs compared to transporting round glass bottles. So it's about sustainability, but it's also about cost, right? And making sure you still are able to find your place in the market and make a profit. All right, so we reached the end of the presentation. Thanks so much. Please, if you have any questions, put them in the chat box and I'm happy to answer them. All right, thank you.